Hello friends and welcome to Parks Crafty Creations. I'm your host Brian Parks. Today we're making something that's super practical for any sewing space. A bucket organizer with pockets inside and out. This is perfect for holding scissors, marking tools, clips, seam rippers, and all of those little tools that always seem to disappear right when you need them. Before we jump in, if you enjoy this content, be sure to give us a like down below, as it really does help out the channel. Do it now please, and if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll always be notified whenever a new video drops. And hey, if you love what we do here, don't forget to share us with your friends. With all of that said, let's get to it. The best part is that this technique works for all kinds of containers. So, once you learn how to make one, you can customize it for almost anything. The first thing we need to do is measure our container. I picked these buckets up from Home Depot for just a few dollars in the paint aisle. I have an empty 1-gallon paint bucket and a 2.5 quart bucket. Today, we'll be working with the 2.5 quart bucket, but I wanted to show you both because this technique works pretty much for any size container. In fact, later on, I'll show you how the organizer I made for the smaller bucket actually fits the gallon bucket too, because the circumferences of the two were surprisingly close. So, first we'll measure the circumference of the widest part of the bucket. Mine measures 20.5 inches around. Next, we'll measure the height of the bucket, but we'll subtract just a little bit so that the organizer can hang nicely over the rim. My measurement came out to 5.5 inches. Now, we multiply that height by 2 because half of the organizer hangs outside of the bucket and the other half hangs inside of the bucket to hold everything in place. So, for my bucket, that gives me 20.5 inches wide by 11 inches tall. From our main fabric, we'll cut 2 pieces that size, and we'll also cut 1 piece of batting the same size. I'm using my go-to cotton batting because it has a nice thickness and gives the organizer a little bit of structure without being bulky. Next, we'll cut the fabric for our pockets. Your pocket fabric should be between 3 and 6 inches wider than your body fabric, depending on how much space you want inside the pockets. I added 6 inches to mine so the pockets will have plenty of room. That makes my pocket piece 26.5 inches wide. I want my pockets to finish at 4.5 inches tall, but to give them structure, I'm folding the fabric in half. So, the fabric piece actually needs to be twice that height. That means my pocket fabric is 26.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall. If you're planning to make fabric pockets on the inside as well, you'll also need 2 of these pieces. For the inside of mine, I'm actually going to use mesh pockets, just so I can show you another technique. It's honestly a lot easier, but we're not here for easy. We're here for fun. So, we'll start with the fabric pockets. Now, let's assemble the main body. We're going to make our quilt sandwich. That's fabric, batting, then fabric. Once everything is layered, I mark the center line running lengthwise, then stitch down that line. This does 2 things. First, it secures the 3 layers together, and second, it creates a natural fold point which helps the organizer bend neatly over the rim of the bucket. Now, if your bucket has a handle, you might be wondering how this organizer is going to work around it. Thankfully, the solution is pretty simple. Fold the quilt sandwich in half, so the 2 short ends meet. Then, press that fold so it's easy to see. Next, we're going to cut down that fold, but only to one side of the center stitch line. This creates a small opening that allows the bucket handle to sit between the 2 flaps once everything is buttoned together. If that doesn't quite make sense yet, don't worry, it will. And if your container doesn't have a handle, or you just don't mind covering it, you can skip this step entirely. But little details like this are what really help a project look thoughtful and polished. Now, let's move on to the pockets. We're going to set the main body aside and grab our pocket fabric. If you added the handle slit earlier, you'll want to cut your pocket fabric in half as well, so it matches. I do that by folding the fabric so the short edges meet, pressing the fold and cutting along it. Then, fold each piece lengthwise and give it a quick press. At this point, you can stitch about 1/4 of an inch from the folded edge. Or, if you're like me and you like every opportunity to make a project look a little nicer, you can sew bias tape along that top edge. The bias tape gives your pockets more structure and adds a fun decorative touch. I love using bias tape for this because it's another chance to add a little pop of color or contrast. If you've watched my other projects, you've probably noticed I like mixing light and dark fabrics, and black tends to show up a lot in my designs. And if you're new to the channel and haven't seen other projects we've done, make sure to check out the playlists after this video. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, and I'm always looking for fun projects to share. Once the pocket edges are finished, we can attach them to the body. Start by marking the center of the pocket fabric and the center of each flap of the body fabric. Clip the outer edges into place and align the bottom edges. Then, clip or pin these centers together. Right now, you'll have 2 very large pockets running across the organizer. Now, we can divide them however we like. I'm leaving one side as a large pocket and dividing the other side into 2 smaller pockets. To create shape, we'll add small pleats along the bottom edge. Just fold the fabric slightly under and pin it in place. For the divided pocket, mark the center line and pin it so it creates 2 smaller sections. Then, add the same pleats at the bottom. On the other flap, I continued the pattern so I had 1 large pocket, 2 smaller pockets, another large pocket, and 2 more smaller pockets. Once everything looks good, take it to the sewing machine and stitch down those middles between pockets. Then, along the sides and the bottom edge using a scant 1/8 inch seam allowance. Now, we'll add the inside pockets. For this, I'm using mesh with fold over elastic, which makes this part really quick. I cut a piece of mesh the same width as my main body fabric, 20.5 inches wide, and gave it a height of 4.5 inches tall. Then, stitch fold over elastic along the top edge. Next, place the mesh along the bottom edge of the inside portion of the organizer. Before attaching the sides, stitch vertical lines through the mesh to create your pocket divisions. Then, stitch down the sides and across the bottom. And just like that, you've got inside pockets too. Now, we need a way to secure this around the bucket. For this, I'm using one of my favorite budget sewing tricks: buttons and elastic hairbands. Cut the hairbands in half so you have small elastic loops. Then, stitch the loops onto the edges of the organizer facing inward with 1/8 inch seam allowance. I added 4 loops along the outer edge so the organizer can button together snugly. And just don't do what I did, which was forgetting to add one to the bottom near the handle slit. Like I said in my last video, we all make mistakes, and that includes me. I didn't catch it until everything was finished. Unfortunately, I ran out of time before I needed to get this video out, so it didn't make it into the final cut. Now, we're ready to finish the organizer. We'll sew binding all the way around the outside edge with 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you're new to binding, I actually have a separate video all about how to do binding, and I'll link to that in the description below. After stitching the binding and slip stitching it closed, all that's left is to add our buttons. And there we have it, a custom bucket organizer with pockets inside and out. Perfect for sewing tools, craft supplies, or really anything you want to keep organized and easy to reach. And like I promised, here's the same one draped on the 1-gallon paint can. And I love that if I need to take my tools somewhere, I can just pop everything into the bucket, roll up our little caddy and stick it in, pop on the lid, and away I go. How neat and simple is that? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like down below. And if you can, give it a hype, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps others like yourself discover the channel and helps us grow. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll never miss out whenever a new video drops. Thanks so much for joining me today. I've been Brian Parks for Parks Crafty Creations. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next time.